Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lucinda Nolan and I'm the Chair of the Board of Directors of BankVic. I would like to warmly welcome you to the 2021 Annual General Meeting. It is now 5 p.m. and we do have a quorum of members. So I can now officially call the meeting open. This meeting is being recorded and it will be uploaded to the BankVic website in a couple of days. This just allows members that couldn't tune in today to have the opportunity to watch the AGM at their leisure. Firstly, I would like to introduce you virtually to the other directors of BankVic who are joining us from a variety of locations. We have Stephen Coulson, who's the Deputy Chair, Dave Cowan, Michael Liu, Tony Long, Faith Page and Deborah Robertson. I'm also pleased to introduce our Chief Executive Officer, Anthony DeFazio, who's here by my side, as well as our Company Secretary, Penny Maroulis, who is also present here today. I would also like to acknowledge the BankVic executive and staff that have also tuned into the meeting. And I extend this welcome to Dean Waters, who is the Partner of Audit, Assurance and Risk with KPMG, which is BankVic's external auditors. And of course, and most importantly, a very warm welcome to our members and guests. As you're aware, the Notice of Annual General Meeting was sent to all members, and I take the notice convening this meeting as having been read. Before we start the official business of the meeting, I'd just like to go through some quick housekeeping. This is only the second time that we have live streamed our annual general meeting, and the first time tonight that we'll be using online voting. Eligible voting members will see a split screen. The top of your screen will be streaming the meeting, and the lower section will show the voting buttons for the two resolutions. We will discuss the resolutions in length later in the meeting, and you will have an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have about them before you need to vote. This is just to let you know that voting is now open for those that would wish to avail themselves of it now, probably so you can beat the rush. The voting will be conducted by poll this year. As this is a virtual meeting, the notice also included details of how you could actually register questions prior to the meeting. Questions in advance of the meetings could be submitted in either two ways, either by sending them back with your RSVP or by emailing our company secretary on the email address cosec@bankvic.com.au. If you haven't submitted a question in advance and you would like to ask a question during the meeting, please use the email address included in the notice, and that's cosec, C-O-S-E-C, @bankvic.com.au, and we will respond to your questions during the meeting. As you will see from the notice this year, our agenda comprises reports from me as the Chair and also a report from Anthony as the Chief Executive Officer. BankVic's financial statements and reports, as set out in the annual report, have been circulated to members, and Anthony will speak to those as part of his presentation. I wanted to speak more generally about how the year has been and how the organisation has responded. As you will all have experienced, it has been another very difficult year as our community now tentatively emerges from the COVID-19 pandemic. BankVic has been very fortunate to have a loyal member base and hard-working staff, advisors and directors who have all contributed to BankVic's weathering the storm and coming out the other side in very good shape. We do not underestimate the value of our members to the bank's success, and your ongoing support underpins the organisation. Likewise, as a mutual bank owned by you, we are obliged and we will always do what is best to look after your interests. While Anthony will talk more specifically about the financial results, I can report to you that the bank is in excellent shape from a capital and liquidity point of view. We have met every request of the Australian Prudential Regulatory Authority, or APRA as it is known, to ensure that your investments and the bank are secure. Our defaulting loans profile is amongst the lowest of all banks. And again, this is a credit to you as our members and the credit and risk management practices that are embedded in the organisation. Despite the challenges of the pandemic over the last 2 years, the bank has made a very sound profit. We will now use that profit to invest in technology and resources to ensure that BankVic continues to thrive and offers the best service possible to our members. Of course, like most companies, BankVic has been impacted by COVID-19 and the lengthy lockdowns in Melbourne particularly, coming with our unenviable status as the most locked-down city in the world. For BankVic, this has meant that we have temporarily closed some of our hospital branches, and we've had to reduce the visits to members' homes or potential clients' homes and workplaces. But our contact centre has continued to deliver the great service that BankVic is known for from their own homes remotely. From a financial perspective, it is important that we work hard to maintain or improve our profit base while also ensuring that we reduce administrative costs as far as practicable. The success of our cost reductions can be shown on 2 key performance indicators: the cost per member of our service and our cost to income ratio, which are both very low in comparison to most other mutuals, if not all. With our increased profits, we've invested heavily in technology to ensure that we are providing fit-for-purpose services to our members in line with the feedback on how you actually want to do your banking. Prudent interest rate margin management in historic low interest rate environments ensured we also maintained strong income whilst continuing to deliver great value banking to our members. On behalf of all of the directors, we extend our sincerest thanks to the executive and staff in operating to such a high level in very difficult and trying circumstances. We are extremely grateful for your work and commitment to BankVic and to making it the success that it is. We are always hoping to improve, and we welcome further discussions with our members about how we can better serve you and our communities. BankVic has a great history, and we intend to make you even more proud to be part of its future. I now invite our Chief Executive Officer, Anthony DeFazio, to make his report to the members.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the BankVic Annual General Meeting for 2021. There is no question that COVID-19 has continued to challenge the landscape in which we live and work over the last 12 months. As first responders, many of our members have been at the front line, continuing to look after our communities, and we've never been prouder to serve you. To all of our members, thank you from everyone at BankVic. I am proud to share our 2021 results in what has been both another challenging yet rewarding year. In the context of ongoing lockdowns in Victoria and record low interest rates, BankVic has once again delivered a strong performance. For the financial year 2021, BankVic has achieved a profit of $10.6 million and has grown member equity by over 5% to $206 million. Underpinning this performance has been strong growth across both our lending and deposit portfolios, with new home lending of $425 million, an increase of over 8%, and deposits growth of 15%. Total assets have grown by 15% from $2.3 to $2.7 billion. We have also continued to maintain a strong capital position, with a capital ratio of 17% and liquidity ratio of 28%, ensuring we remain well positioned to navigate the economic challenges ahead. BankVic remains committed to providing simple and great value banking for our members. Enhancing the digital experience for our members has been a core focus. This year, we've launched our new website and internet banking with a fresher feel and enhanced functionality. As one of the first banks to introduce Apple Pay and Google Pay, we're excited to make digital wallets available to even more of our members with the addition of Samsung Pay, Fitbit Pay and Garmin Pay. Recognising that some of our members prefer to do their banking in person, we partnered with Australia Post to extend our footprint through their Bank at Post service. Members can now make deposits into their accounts at thousands of Australia Post outlets across the country. A highlight of the year was the opening of our new flagship branch located in the Victoria Police Centre, where we are now proudly providing easy access banking services to the 7,000 Victoria Police staff working in the building. Our people are our greatest asset, and an engaged and high-performing team is at the core of delivering for our members, partners and communities. Many of the team have spent most of the year working from home. We have continued to provide support and initiatives to help everyone have a positive experience and maintain connection. I'm incredibly proud of our people and how they responded throughout the pandemic. They have risen to the challenge with positivity, resilience and a commitment to serving our members. Our people are passionate about supporting our members and partners and being involved in their communities. This year, we launched a volunteering and workplace giving program, enabling our people to support one or more of 14 non-profit organisations across our partner network and other causes important to our people. As a purpose-led, values-driven organisation, we are dedicated to making a positive impact in the community. Even through a challenging year where many of our usual activities have been restricted, we've continued to invest in our members' communities, proudly supporting existing partnerships and building new partnerships that deliver an even greater impact. In 2021, we contributed over $475,000 in donations and sponsorships, raising our total community contribution since 2010 to $3.5 million. Our community program is focused on improving the financial, social, physical and mental wellbeing of our members and their communities. Employees from the Royal Children's Hospital, Western Health, Eastern Health and the Australasian College of Paramedic Practitioners were awarded scholarships enabling them to go further in their jobs and to have an even greater impact in the community. In partnership with Crime Stoppers Victoria, we launched a new online safety series, educating the public on the importance of safe and secure banking. Our continued support for the Law Enforcement Torch Run has provided opportunities for people living with disability to stay connected and engaged in fitness activities focused on improving their overall health and wellbeing. We were proud to partner with Victoria Police Legacy to launch the inaugural VPL Children's Christmas Appeal to raise funds to purchase Christmas gifts and hampers for Victoria Police legatee children and families. As a principal partner of the TLC for Kids ambulance service, we delivered special moments to children in palliative care. We partnered with Blue Light Victoria, who alongside Victoria Police, run the Respect the Badge Award in primary schools across Victoria, strengthening the relationships between children and Victoria Police. As the major sponsor of the Angela Taylor Memorial Run and Walk, our people and BankVic partners supported the Blue Ribbon Foundation in honouring the memory of Angela Rose Taylor. Finally, National Police Remembrance Day and Blue Ribbon Day provided a time for us to pause and honour the 170 Victoria Police members who have died in the line of duty. We thank all our partners who have worked with us to make a difference for our members and the community. We were also very proud to have our decades-long commitment to our members and their communities recognised by becoming a certified B Corporation, or B Corp. This certification is an independent assessment that recognises BankVic's commitment to corporate social responsibility. It considers our approach to governing BankVic in a way that's ethical and responsible, and our focus on making a positive difference for our people, members, and our members' communities. We're proud to be joining over 4,000 Australian and global organisations in using business as a force for good. At BankVic, our purpose is to go further for our members and communities so they can go further in life. Delivering on this purpose is underpinned by 5 key areas. Building a purpose-led, values-driven workplace where our people can thrive. Delivering simple, great value products and services designed for police, health and emergency services workers. Improving our digital experiences so we can better serve our members. Making a meaningful and impactful contribution in our communities. And finally, continuing to deliver strong and sustainable growth. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for your ongoing support and commitment to BankVic. I would also like to take the opportunity to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our people. I am so proud of how they've adapted to the challenges of 2021 and their continued commitment to our members. Thank you all for your time. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Anthony. Under the Corporations Act 2001, we are obliged to lay before this meeting the audited financial statements, Directors' Report and Auditors' Report for the financial year ended June 30, 2021. These reports are contained in the annual report of BankVic, which is available on the BankVic website, and hard copies were sent to those members that requested one. Hopefully Anthony and I have covered some of the areas of interest that you may have, but we can now open the meeting to any questions or comments that you might like to make about the management of the organisation. We have received some questions prior to the commencement of the AGM, which we will go through first, and then we will allow and follow through and answer the questions that are lodged throughout the meeting. I will now ask our Company Secretary, Penny Maroulis, to read those first questions, please.
Thanks, Lucinda. So the first question we have is from member Sydney Matinga, and the question is, will BankVic rise to the 21st century by adopting formal crowdsourcing for its product management and marketing? More brains are better than one. I strongly believe that every executive should be rewarded for selecting the best solutions from as many legally acquired sources as possible, rather than attempting to operate in a professional silo. It is better for the BankVic's future to enhance its creative input through the power of the crowd, also known as the public. That was the question, and thank you very much for your question. Anthony, I think you're best placed to respond.
Thank you, Penny, and thank you for your suggestion. While we don't currently use crowdsourcing, we do run focus groups, regular surveys, and have introduced a Voice of Member program in order to better focus on our members' specific requirements. We are always looking at new ways of hearing from our members, and this could include crowdsourcing into the future.
Thank you, Anthony. The next question we have received in advance of the meeting is from Paul Keane. What does the roadmap look like for BankVic? And I think, Anthony, this one's for you.
Thanks, Penny. I shared in my presentation our 5 key priorities. Much of our efforts over the next 12 to 24 months is focused on our digital transformation, which is all about making it easier for our members and people to do what they need in their time and their preferred channel. Some of the key programs we're introducing more specifically include the launch of our new mobile app in early 2022, improving the speed of our lending decisions through automation technology, and introducing new software to enable our teams to deliver more personalised and efficient experiences for our members.
Thank you, Anthony. Our third question is from member Margaret Robson, And the question is, can the login details for the website be darkened? It's very hard to read. Sometimes it takes me several attempts to successfully log on. And Anthony, I think this one's for you as well.
Thank you very much for your feedback. We're always looking to make sure our experiences are user-friendly for all our members. We'll have a look into this and we'll be in contact with you to discuss.
The fourth question is from member Jonah Ferguson-Scanlon. What is the update on the development of a new, more modern banking app? And I think, Anthony, again for you.
Thanks, Penny. Great news. We have just commenced testing our new app, and as I was saying earlier, our improved mobile app will be released to our members in early 2022, so watch this space.
And a final question that we've received in advance of the meeting from member Barbara Rawlings. When is the head of the board position voted on? And I think, Lucinda, this will be for you.
Certainly. So every November, the board elects the chair and deputy chair position, and we also take that opportunity in November to reconsider the membership of each of the committees. Thank you. Any other questions, Ben?
No.
Okay. All right, so that's the questions that we've received, and we haven't received any others during the meeting. So I'll now move on to the resolutions of the meeting. So the notice of meeting included 2 proposed resolutions, which we are asking members to approve tonight. I'll remind eligible members that online voting is still open, and I will let you know when it's about to close. You may vote at any time during the meeting from now till as I say, I'll let you know that it's about to shut. Resolution 1. Resolution 1 is a special resolution, so 75% of the members voting today need to approve it for it to pass. The resolution is asking members to approve an updated and revised constitution. The AGM notice included the revised draft constitution, frequently asked questions, and a detailed table showing the changes we were recommending. Our current constitution was drafted in 2000 and it needed some revision and some modernisation. For example, in the current constitution there is no provision to run virtual meetings and no ability to actually do any online voting. So the revised constitution will allow us to do that. There are also clauses within the constitution that weren't particularly clear or a little ambiguous. So where that has been the case, so for example, in the director rotation clauses, we have redrafted those clauses in plain English, and hopefully that makes sure that the meaning is very clear and easy to understand. Lastly, like many other mutuals, we wish to amend our constitution to enable us to take advantage of significant legislative reforms for mutual entities such as BankVic. Historically, member-owned organisations were only able to raise capital through retained earnings or debt and faced the risk of demutualisation if they sought to raise equity capital. The Mutual Reforms Act, which was passed 2 years ago by the Commonwealth Parliament, was introduced to boost growth, innovation and competition in the member-owned sector. The legislation allows mutual entities to issue a specific form of share capital called a mutual capital instrument, or an MCI. An MCI is a bespoke capital instrument that has been created solely for the use of mutual entities. Under this legislation, mutual entities may issue MCIs to raise equity capital. MCIs come with a rate of return and, subject to the issue terms of each MCI, can be bought and sold by members. BankVic has no current plans to issue MCIs. However, the board considered it prudent and an opportune time for BankVic to adopt the required language under the Mutual Reforms Act as part of its redrafting and modernisation of the Constitution. This will give us the option in the future to issue MCIs should we ever wish to do so. So the resolution is that in accordance with section 136 subpart 2 of the Corporations Act 2001, and for all other purposes, members approve the adoption of the Constitution tabled at the meeting and signed by the Chair for the purposes of identification. Penny, are there any further questions in relation to this resolution?
No, there are not.
Okay. I'll now move on to Resolution 2. Resolution 2 is an ordinary resolution and asks members to approve an increase to director remuneration. The resolution is to approve an increase in aggregate director remuneration by $5,624.49, in line with the new superannuation compulsory contribution percentages under the superannuation guarantee legislation for the financial years 2023, and to approve any subsequent increases to director remuneration which are to be made year on year in accordance with the planned legislated increases to the superannuation guarantee percentage up until and including when the final amendment to the compulsory contribution percentage is set at 12% for financial year 2025. The rate of the superannuation guarantee has been 9.5% per annum since the 1st of July 2014. From July 2021, however, legislation provides that superannuation will increase incrementally each year up to 12% in 2025. Given the current conditions and uncertainty associated with COVID-19, the directors of BankVic have foregone any remuneration increases in both 2020 and 2021. Instead, the board will continue to maintain the director remuneration as approved by the membership in 2019. However, to accommodate the superannuation increase for the financial year 2023, we are seeking member approval of additional director remuneration in the amount of $5,624.49. This is a small increase in the total director remuneration pool from $615,882 to move to $621,506.49. We are also seeking member approval of subsequent increases to be made year on year in accordance with the legislated increases to the superannuation guarantee up to 12% in financial year 2025. Again, are there any questions, Penny? No questions?
No questions.
Okay. So as there are no further questions, we will now close the online voting in 1 minute. So while the last few seconds of voting is counting down, and Penny will let me know once the 1 minute is up, I would like to remind all of our members that the AGM is being recorded, and should you not be suckers for punishment today, you might want to go back on in a couple of days to watch it again. And we'll also be sending out an email survey just on how you experienced the AGM this year, and I encourage you all, please take the opportunity to let us know if you've enjoyed the virtual format and if you have any suggestions for us to improve it next year. It's a long time, isn't it, Penny?
It is. And that's it.
Okay, so that 1 minute is over. So voting on the resolutions is now closed. While we wait for the result of the voting, it should be coming through shortly. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves if you're not sitting alone at home.
Yes, they have both passed.
Thank you.
Very, very successfully.
Okay, so that we can very gratefully announce that both resolutions have been approved. So thank you to all the members that have voted. We are really pleased, particularly that you have approved a revised constitution. This will serve BankVic well into the future. And we also appreciate our members approving the superannuation increase to our remuneration. That concludes the business of the meeting today. Before we close, I would like to particularly thank all of the staff that have helped prepare the virtual meeting today and have enabled us to conduct it appropriately. I also would like to thank CorpVote, who have acted as our returning officers for the AGM, and also JPL Media, who have assisted with the broadcasting. So to finish, everyone, please stay safe and stay well. We hope that 2022 is a better year for our extended families and communities. And we look forward to the opportunity to meet in person in 2022 and hopefully celebrate the continued success of BankVic. Thank you.